What if I told you that the real reason you're still stuck financially isn't about how much you earn, but how you think about money? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll never look at money the same way again.
Money is a tool used for exchanging value, storing wealth, and measuring worth. More importantly, money represents trust. We believe that a 100,000 USD bill has value, not because of the paper itself, but because society agrees that it does. Extended analysis. 1. Money is an abstract concept, not physical matter. Throughout history, money has taken the form of gold, salt, seashells, paper, and now digital currencies and crypto. This shows that money does not rely on its physical form. It relies on collective belief. Once people trust the value of a currency, it becomes a medium of exchange. Example: a 500,000 VND note can buy you a fancy meal, not because of the paper, but because everyone agrees it can be exchanged for goods. 2. Money is a tool, not the destination. Many people treat money as the final goal. I want to earn 1 billion, 10 billion. But when money becomes the ultimate goal, people often get trapped in a cycle of fear, greed, and anxiety. When you treat money as a means to freedom, quality of life, investment, education, or health, you begin using it in a truly meaningful way. Example: someone with 1 billion VND who is constantly afraid of losing it and never spends on growth is owned by money. Someone else with 500 million VND who invests in skills and education is owning money. 3. Money reflects your beliefs, mindset, and personal values. The way a person earns, spends, and invests tells a lot about their values. People who lean towards consumption use money to satisfy immediate desires. Investors use money to serve the future, delaying gratification for larger goals. Clear distinction: spending serves emotion, investing serves purpose. 4. Money mirrors your financial psychology. Fear of not having enough, hoarding habits, or impulsive spending are all signs of underlying financial psychology. Understanding your relationship with money is key to managing it in a healthy way. The right mindset. Money is neither good nor bad. It is a neutral tool, like a knife. Used correctly, it can save lives. Used wrongly, it can harm. Part 2. Investment mindset. 1. Everyone is already an investor. The moment you decide to go to university, take a course, buy a health insurance plan, save for retirement, you are investing, even if it's not in traditional assets. The difference lies in conscious versus unconscious investing. Most people invest time and money without a clear understanding of risk, return, or long-term strategy. 2. Strategy and skill are two sides of investing. The author breaks down investing into two levels. A. Strategy, the why. Why are you investing? What is your risk tolerance? What are your goals? E.g., freedom, security, wealth growth. How long can you wait to see results? A strong investment strategy requires self-awareness, clarity of purpose, and discipline. Without a clear why, people chase trends or act based on fear or greed. B. Skill, the how. Understanding financial tools, stocks, bonds, real estate, crypto, knowing how to read financial statements, tracking economic trends, managing risks, diversifying assets. Skills are learnable, but many people give up because of complexity or fear of making mistakes. 3. Risk is unavoidable, but manageable. Many people avoid investing because they're afraid of risk. But risk is part of life. Not investing is also a risk. Inflation reduces the value of idle money. Missed opportunities create long-term financial stagnation. Relying only on a salary creates dependency and vulnerability. The key is not to avoid risk, but to understand and manage it intelligently. 4. Your mindset determines your outcome. A poor person's mindset focuses on security, not growth, seeks to avoid loss, not gain value, wants guarantees, not calculated chances. An investor's mindset accepts short-term volatility for long-term growth, sees learning as a return on investment, focuses on what they can control, habits, knowledge, and discipline. Part 3. The investment mindset. 1. What is an investment mindset? An investment mindset is a way of thinking where decisions, financial or otherwise, are guided by long-term value, not short-term gratification. It's not just about buying stocks or crypto. It's about how you allocate time, manage energy, use resources. Think about opportunity versus cost. People with an investment mindset see money as a tool to grow, not just to spend. They don't chase fast results, but instead focus on compound outcomes, results that multiply over time. 2. Everyone is an investor. You may not have a portfolio on Wall Street, but you are already making investment decisions every day. Studying or skipping class? That's an investment in knowledge, or a withdrawal from it. Spending on coffee versus saving for a course? That's choosing instant comfort over future growth. Hanging around negative people versus building new networks? That's investing in your environment. Key insight. The most important investments often don't involve money. They involve your habits, mindset, and environment. 3. 2 layers of smart investing. A. Strategic layer, the why. This layer defines your purpose for investing. Questions to ask. What does financial freedom mean to me? What am I investing for? Early retirement? A business? Peace of mind? How much risk am I willing to accept? What timeline am I working with? People without a strategy usually follow hype, e.g., buy crypto because it's trending, panic sell during downturns. Don't know when or why to exit an investment. Strategic investing aligns your money with your life goals. It's intentional and grounded. B. Tactical layer, the how. This layer is about skills and execution. It includes understanding asset classes, stocks, bonds, real estate, crypto, etc. Evaluating risks and returns. Managing taxes and inflation. Using tools like dollar cost averaging, asset allocation, and diversification. Learning the mechanics of investing helps you avoid emotional decisions and build confidence. Real investors don't react. They respond with knowledge. 4. Trade-offs and opportunity cost. An investment mindset always considers the opportunity cost, what you're giving up by choosing one path over another. Example: buying a $1,000 phone today may cost you $3,000 in missed investment returns over 10 years. Watching Netflix for 3 hours a day may cost you mastery in a new skill after a year. Every choice is either building your future or postponing it. 5. Risk and emotional control. Investors understand that volatility is part of the journey. Those without an investment mindset fear loss more than they value gain, want guarantees in an uncertain world, react emotionally to market shifts. Those with an investment mindset embrace risk as the price of opportunity. Stay focused during downturns. Think in decades, not days. Part 4. Lifelong learning and financial growth. 1. Financial success begins with learning, not luck. The author argues that most people mistakenly believe wealth comes from inheritance, being in the right place at the right time, natural talent, or intelligence. In reality, sustainable wealth is a byproduct of continuous learning. This includes learning how money works, understanding markets, studying human behavior, including your own, building emotional intelligence. Key truth: the more you learn, the more options you create. The less you learn, the more likely you are to become stuck, dependent, or manipulated. 2. What should you learn to grow financially? It's not just about financial terms or reading stock charts. A financially intelligent person learns across 5 essential areas. A. Money management, budgeting, saving, tracking cash flow, avoiding debt traps, building an emergency fund. B. Investing and risk, how to grow money with strategy, understanding returns, compounding, volatility, risk tolerance and diversification. C. Psychology and behavior, why people make poor money choices, how to overcome fear, greed, and ego, building patience, discipline, and resilience. D. Business and income, creation, learning sales, marketing, value creation, identifying opportunities to earn beyond a salary, understanding entrepreneurship basics. E. Decision-making and critical thinking, analyzing cost versus value, long-term thinking versus instant reward, avoiding scams and emotional traps. 3. The biggest cost is not learning. Most people don't realize that ignorance is expensive, making poor financial decisions due to lack of knowledge, being scammed or tricked, missing out on investment opportunities, staying in a low-income situation for years. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. Derek Bach. The author emphasizes, you will pay for financial lessons one way or another, either upfront through time and learning, or later through mistakes and regret. 4. Learning requires humility. A common trap is ego. I already know this. I don't need help. Money is not that complicated. This mindset blocks growth. Those who grow financially are those who stay curious, open to feedback, willing to admit what they don't know. The rich don't stop learning when they become wealthy. In fact, many read more, hire coaches, and stay students for life. 5. The learning mindset equals long-term wealth. When you embrace lifelong learning, you shift from scarcity to abundance, survival to strategy, dependency to independence. A strong learning habit builds confidence in decision-making, resilience when things go wrong, freedom to create your own path, not just follow one. Wealth is not a destination, it's a skill set, and learning is the core of that skill set. Part 5. Mastering money, not being controlled by it. 1. Money is a tool, not a master. The author starts by making a bold yet powerful claim. If you don't learn to master money, it will master you. For many people, money becomes a source of fear, stress, and control. It dictates what they can or cannot do, who they work for, how much time they have, what dreams they have to postpone. The goal is not to worship money, but to learn how to use it with intention, not emotion. 2. The 2 types of people, owners versus slaves. There are 2 types of relationships people have with money. A. The slave to money, works paycheck to paycheck, spends emotionally without planning, is afraid to invest or take risks, always feels there's never enough, works harder but feels more trapped. This person's decisions are driven by fear, not freedom. B. The master of money, uses money to buy time and peace of mind, plans spending and investing with clarity, can say no to toxic jobs or urgent pressures, sees money as a servant, not a savior. This person works with a sense of purpose and calm, not panic. 3. The real meaning of financial freedom. Financial freedom doesn't mean you never work again. It means you work because you choose to, not because you have to. You can take a break without your life falling apart. You aren't emotionally shaken when unexpected bills come up. You have space, mental, emotional, and spiritual. It's the ability to design your life, rather than constantly react to financial stress. 4.
The inner battle: scarcity versus abundance. Mindset. To master money, you must master your internal beliefs. How you think about money is more important than how much you have. People with a scarcity mindset always feel like money is running out, believe wealth is limited or only for the lucky, are jealous of others' success, are afraid to spend or invest, even wisely. People with an abundance mindset believe money can grow when used wisely. Focus on value creation, not just cost cutting. Feel secure because they invest in themselves. Can be generous without feeling fear. 5. Practical shifts to start mastering money. Here's how to start taking control. Track every dollar. Know where your money goes. Build a buffer. Emergency savings equals peace of mind. Invest in assets. Make money work while you sleep. Say no. Learn to delay gratification for long-term wins. Automate good habits. Remove willpower from the equation. Protect your time. Time is more valuable than money. True wealth equals money plus time plus autonomy. 6. Money reveals who you are. Money doesn't change people. It reveals them. A greedy person becomes greedier with money. A generous person becomes more giving. A fearful person becomes more anxious. That's why mastering money is deeply tied to mastering yourself. You must heal your relationship with money. Identify your limiting beliefs. Build habits that align with your values. Final thought. Become the CEO of your financial life. You don't need to be rich to take control, but you must take control to become rich. Start by thinking like the CEO of your life. You manage your income like a business. You review your performance and make adjustments. You make your money work for your goals, not your emotions. Because at the end of the day, if you don't decide how to use your money, someone else will decide for you.
Money will never master you unless you let it. But once you understand how it works, you don't just earn more. You live better, choose better, and lead your life on your own terms. So if this inspired you to take back control, don't just leave inspired, take action. Hit that subscribe button, join the movement, and let's build a life of freedom together.